What is going on, everybody? I hope that this is what your parts cache looks like now after you're done installing one of the newest products from S&S, the leak prevention kit. This is for the 2017 and up. And don't forget, if you got your steel body, we got you guys covered too. I just don't have that video yet. This is for your Superduties. You want a new fuel filter? Let's go. All right, everybody, thanks so much for coming back and checking us out. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe right here below. We're back with another S&S product. We're so used to seeing the S&S product for our disaster prevention kits and our DCRs, which is what I've already gone ahead and installed on this truck. But we ran into a problem, and that problem being one of our fuel filter little brass inserts decided to take a spin with us, and I can't reuse this anymore. And that was when the universe threw this truck in my lap, because we now have a kit that is going to fully remove the fuel filter cup from your truck and allow this kit from S&S to be installed. Super sick. One of the things that I'm really liking about the fuel filter kits is all of the quick disconnects. And these ones have been since 2017 and 2011. 2011 only had the two prong, because remember you had the piggybacked return line on the yellow connected supply line. So when they went to 2017, that return line went by itself. But what wound up happening in the early stages of that return line is it was super brittle, and what wound up happening is it would be broken off, somebody be doing an oil change and slip off, doing jumping jacks, and the fitting end was a little more brittle on the 2017 to 19s. They came out with some little clamshell kit inside the fuel filter that you'd have to install on. But then in 20, they did something like this. And it's a little more robust, little thicker plastic right here. All right. I can't say that I've ever had one of these break off, but I don't want to be gun shy and now worry about having sprayed fuel on my engine. And that is what happens with this. When you guys forget to change your fuel filters, these are designed to only hold so much particulate matter and nastiness. Well, the weak spot of this blow mold is this little old faithful geyser point. So I'll have trucks come in and fuel will be going right out of the top of the fuel filter. Is that a weak point? Is that you guys forgetting to change your fuel filter? It's hot as hell up underneath your truck, all right? So why not get the plastic from underneath your hood with this leak prevention kit from S&S? Look at the Donaldson filter. Here's the part number. Little bigger of a filter than what we are used to, but I really dig it. And my most favorite part is this. So check this out. This is S&S's return line repair. Now this would still work on a factory fuel filter. It's going to be the same port. See how it slides on? Okay. And then when we go to take it off, we slide this blue coupler and the filter. Okay, I can't do it. You know, pull that off, but I'll save the nice one. Same fitting, but check this out. Look at that. Take it off, put it on. Now, I would much rather take this off of my fuel filter than have to, well, let me do a little self-promotion. Make sure to check our website, rainmanauto.com, and get yourself some PTT screwdrivers, because look, you can pick stuff up and you can put stuff down and take stuff apart. They work awesome. I use them every day. But you kind of need to use that when you take this off. This is a no tool needed, unless you got some long nail. You can, I mean, come on. Like, you're gonna need to use a little screwdriver for that. This is a no tool used fitting right here. And I like that it's blue, and it even says the S&S logo on it, or says, but has the S&S logo on it. So I guess what we're gonna do, enough with the chit chat, we're gonna put this in. Now I've already told you it's replacing the factory cup. Now I've showed you how to take the cup out. I'll put a description, I'll put a link right here in the description, or I'll put a link here on the video so that everybody can see, to go to YouTube, and I'll show you how to take that out when you do some repairs up top, taking the intake manifold off to do various CP4 problems or accessing the coolant crossover tubes. But I didn't want to put it back on because it was messed up. All right, this is kind of what we're looking at. Let me get some lumens here. And I left the hot side piping off for visual aid. But if you guys check this out, you have this bolt right down here that went to the fuel filter cup. And I get that by doing something like that with the lines. Just a little bit of play in it. But I am able to put that back in and out with the factory CP4 lines and the DCR. I'll just do something like that. So I went ahead and put that bolt back in, because now when you get the kit, it comes pre-assembled. It comes pre-assembled with this, like this. Let me just show you here. All right. And it's got two bolts that hold it down. Well, I took those off because I thought it was going to be easier for me to route this back down into the truck. This is just a foot. There's no tools yet. And this has got a little threaded end on it with a 16 mil wrench feed. But check this out. I'm gonna come over here to this stud right here. I'm gonna screw this guy in. So this is gonna be our like standpipe, our pedestal for the fuel filter. It's not gonna come out when we do our fuel filters. If you've been doing your fuel filter on your 6.7 for a while, I'm sure you're gonna know how that comes out. So I don't need to show you guys a removal video for your fuel filter. Okay, 16 mil. I'm gonna go ahead and just snug it down. I don't have a lot of swinging room. Just snug, snug. All right, now this one. See how this has this little foot? S&S has machined the washer, I don't want to call it ringland, where the washer is actually going to sit right down in that little groove. Okay, so we're going to just kind of go and put that foot underneath that washer so that thing kind of sits just like that. Okay, so I don't want to tighten that down just yet because I do not know. I want to put the fuel filter in here so I can get a little more rigidity. I don't want to tighten this down and have this not be aligned correctly, but this is, you're only going to have to do once. When you take the fuel filter out, this connection is going to be tight all the time. You're just going to have to take your two 10s out and pull your fuel filter out, which is no big deal. All right, we're going to take these little rubber things off, and I want to save them because I actually don't have these little caps. Take these off. No? Okay, screwdriver use again. There we go. And they're blue, I like them. All right, I'm going to get your personal lubricant and put this, like this, like this, like that. We're gonna double check, make sure this filter's tight. Yep, give it a little wipey. A little wipey. Okay, I'm gonna grab my two 10s these guys right here, they're going to be going in here and here, but that's why I wanted to leave that stud loose in the truck so that I could make sure that I get this started first, and then I can tighten this little foot. Okay, here we go. First, let me explain something to you guys. You guys are probably wondering what the hell this is. Let me stop and show you, because I'm not going to show myself putting that back on. This is his catch can, and that mounts right here. So if you guys were wondering, that's what that is. But I just left this down and out of my way so that I could do the DCR and then video this stuff for you guys. So, all right, filter, here it is. S&S logo facing at you. Stick it down in here. All right, I'm gonna start this one here since it wants to be old wiggly bob over here. Okay. Let me get this one back here. Where's it at? There it is. There it is, I felt the hole. All right. There we go. All right, so that's how, let me take this off so I don't fizzle nut around. Okay, I think I'm okay with that. Let me go ahead and tighten this little 8 down. Take this out. Let's see if I can sneak this down in here. What do I do? Okay, so a couple of things. How about I do this? So I've never installed this before, and I'm just thinking because I had to do the DCR, and I don't usually put this clamshell thing on after I do this. I usually put it on before. So let me see if I can use this bracket right here that I got to put on. Maybe that will orientate the position where this needs to be. It can't be here because I have to put something in this bolt hole right here. See that bolt hole right there? Like something's got to screw into that, but I don't know if it needs to be here, 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 here. So you guys already have that on your truck denoting where this is, but since I didn't have this on because I was just installing a DCR, it's going to be a little different for me. So this is what I'm talking about right here. I need to put this on. Let's see, I'll snap this on these lines. All right, there we go. So that thing needs to be like right there. Okay, so that 8 milli means right there. Okay, so I should be able to tighten this no problem now. Take this off. One line. Get a little closer. Okay, let's see how that works. Okay, that's pretty much lined up. There's my bolt hole right there. All right, let me get a little 8 milli. Okay, 8 milli coming in. Now this 8 milli that I'm putting in was completely jeopardized when I was taking his out. So I had to use some of the cache of parts we have. All right, screwing down. Now this is really important because this tethers your S&S line to the fuel filter housing. Like I said, you guys are already going to have this on your truck, whether it's a CP4 or a DCR. I just did not have it installed because I was having to put it in. Okay, that's nice and tight. That looks good. Now I should be able to put this filter in. And I know where those posts are going to be. There we go. That sits in there nice and flush. Here go my bolts. Tighten, tighten, tighten. Let's get this one on. Oh. Can I not find it? All right, how about I put the back one in first? For some reason I can't see right now. Okay, through the hole. All right, there's its little, there we go. Okay, now this 10 should fall right in. Yeah, just didn't have the right angle on the dangle. All right, let me tighten these two 10s down. Okay, take this one. And this guy. Hey, these are not lug nuts. Okay, that looks good. Man, that is sturdy ASF. All right, we're gonna slip these ones on. Factory feel, factory feel. This one, this is the DCR. Okay, clipped on. Ooh, I like it. S&S, nice job. We could put this on, and you can, but why would you when you have that other fitting? Okay, return line time. You got a 20 or 17. You should have some sort of little microbial exoskeleton covering on your fuel line. So go ahead and take that off. We're not reusing that. Probably the best thing to do would just be able to get a razor blade and cut that. You can see the rib right in there. So don't cut it here. Don't cut it down here, but you're gonna cut it, you know, right at the rib. I have a fresh cutter. And we're gonna go, I'm gonna use the oil fill cap as my table. We'll kind of go just like that, okay? So in the kit, S&S gives you this and this, okay? You can use this. I would rather have something different, and you guys are gonna wanna know. This is my Oederker kit, Oederker clamp kit. This is the part number. Focus. There's the part number. And I am using these right here. This is the 9mm. Had 20 pieces come in this little bag. And this is almost identical. What did I do with the other one? This is almost identical diameter-wise, visually, that I can tell. These are pretty dang close. So what I'm gonna use is this Oederker kit. I keep saying clit, not kit. I'm sorry. So this should just slip right down. Oh yeah, I like that. I guess cardinal rule, let's put a little Vaseline just to help it. Metal going into a rubber hose. I know there's probably fuel on it, but we'll put some on anyway. Make sure you put your clamp on before you put this in. All right, here we go. Work it. Okay, that's on all the way to the end. And this should slide right up. I'm just giving it like a twist as I'm doing it. I'm right between the end, and I can see right on this 0, it's a little bulgy. That's where their little barb is. So let me orientate this how I want it. That's gonna go there. I want this clamp and access to be on this clamp accessible. Oederker clamp pliers, part number on there. Part number. Oh, it's a Knipex. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's their part number. I did just realize that. I did not notice. Lighting, there we go. Okay. That's pretty cool. Huh. It even says Knipex on it and Oederker. I'll be damned. That's pretty cool. I digress. Here we go. Crimping, 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 crimped. I'll pull this off. Just look at it here. What are we looking at? I can see the bulge. It still turns, but I feel like I got that rubber clamped in there good. All right, go ahead and clip it on. Oh man, that is the last step, I think, for anybody who has a DCR or an S&S disaster prevention kit to, one, at least upgrade your return fitting. If you have another filtration company, that's fine and dandy. If you do not have the quick disconnect, I think this is probably the slickest thing that I've seen all week. I like it. I like it's blue, and I like the ease. Look how easy that came off. Watch that again. So easy a caveman could do it. No tools needed. Comes on, clips on, certified. It's blue. I like it. What do you think about the Odor Crew clamp? Would you use that clamp, or would you use this little spring screw clamp like this? I'm not saying this is wrong. This works just as good. I have a different level of OCD than most people, and I would rather see a clamp like that. But S&S can't assume that everybody has an Odor Crew kit clamp, so kit thingy. All right, I'm gonna put this hot side pipe back on. I'll leave you guys to the comments to tell me what you think about this, and if you're gonna install it on your truck. This is the S&S Leak Prevention Kit. Come see me, make an appointment here in Detroit. And as always, I appreciate you guys for watching. Remember to like, comment, sub, share, and you guys might have this on your truck next.